Good evening, everybody. Welcome to session 3 of day 3. Your commentator this evening is Nelson Morrow. Enjoy your croquet.
Good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I'm commentating on the game between Jenny Clark and Hanan Rashid from Canada. At the moment, Jenny is leading 4-3, so they are at hoop 8. Nobody's actually in front of the hoop at the moment. Jenny is bringing her second ball in towards the hoop. She has a not quite in front, not a great position to be. Red is up near hoop 3. Just to have some background on Jenny. Jenny is born and bred New Zealander, originally from Christchurch. She lived in England for a number of years and then returned to New Zealand when she married Chris Clark in probably, 14 years ago.
Is there a camera somewhere?
I have played doubles with Jenny on a number of occasions in the New Zealand Open and the British Open GC when we got to the semi-final. Yellow is now clearing the blue ball. She succeeds in doing, but the ball hasn't stayed in a hoop running position. So Jenny will be bringing the ball back in front of 8. Yeah. Yes. She's near the hoop. Red is got an angled hoop. And Nunn is taking on the hoop, I think, or she may be going for the clearance on blue. I can't quite tell from here. No, she went for the hoop, but it was not successful.
Join you? Can I join you?
Oh, if you like, yeah. Jenny's put another ball in front. So the red ball is now behind the hoop, looking maybe wide from blue, can't quite tell from here, and I think Hanan's now going for a clearance on blue. No, she went for the clearance on black, which actually was in a better hoop running position. Sometimes going for the danger ball is a better tactic. Jenny's going to run. No, she's clearing the red.
Chris Roberts, I'm just joining in here, so good afternoon, Nelson.
Good afternoon, Chris.
Is this the third game?
This is game 2. Jenny is 1 up.
Okay.
She won the first 7-5, and they're at obviously Jenny is leading 4-3 in this game.
Okay. So hard to keep your eye on all the action that's surrounding us.
Yep.
And
I think the only camera is actually on that game, though, isn't it?
is that right? So that's our
so.
featured game.
It's our featured game, as they say. I can't see our cameraman at the moment. He must be down there somewhere. Hi, Amy.
Our camera's at the far end. Looking
He's
straight
there.
out.
I have
Yeah,
to see
so,
now.
yeah. In fact, viewers, you can probably see us sitting in our commentary position somewhat
Right, I
remotely
can see it now.
off the off the north boundary. Your camera view is likely. You can't see which camera we're using at the moment. We've got one behind us on the tower, and then the roving camera, we'll call it, is on the south boundary.
Yeah.
So you've probably got a better view than we have.
Yeah.
Of the lineup of that blue and yellow ball.
Yeah. You can't really tell whether it's wiring the hoops. She's cleared the blue, but ended up on the north boundary.
Sold herself off into the distance there, so immediate danger over with. But only kind of south boundary. Yes, the other way around on me.
South boundary.
Yeah, so get the impression she's only put off Jenny's advantage for a rotation or two.
Yep. Jenny's certainly in a stronger position for getting this hoop, because she has a chance of actually getting a wide position with the ball from yellow. Looks like she's also protected her black from red.
On adjoining court number 1, we have a game win for Richard Bilton.
Is that Mr. Esser? Yeah.
I'm not sure. Is that Mr. Esser? He was the qualifier.
Qualifier, that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
Mustafa Esser.
I think it is.
And indeed, Richard's tidying the lawn up. That is a match win for Richard Bilton.
Yes, I think Richard has already qualified for the event. I think that's at least his could be his 5th win.
That solid thud there was on the lawn to our left, and as you're looking at it, the game just beyond where Jenny is, that was Stephen Mulliner failing to run, who won in his match against
Dusan from Portugal. And Jenny has managed to clear now and again, and she's looking in a very good position on black, though, and has now done a lovely clearance on the black ball. Have you played today, Chris?
I have, yes.
Yes,
I had a very long game against Dominic Nunn, who's really found himself in golf croquet this season. Very accomplished AC player, represented England before, and not for me, unfortunately, anything like naive with his tactics in GC.
I know.
And we had 2 very close games. He won the first, I won the second, and then he started hitting the ball in the centre rather too frequently, and
it does help.
Beat me 7-1. So
if you can hit a ball in the centre in this game, you're certainly going to be effective.
I should return the compliment. How have you got on today then?
I haven't played today. I've had a lovely day. It's been a day off, and I've done shopping and laundry and lunch out. So it's been a nice day after a very tiring day yesterday.
Yeah. Well, yesterday it was so windy.
But I also played 6 games yesterday. So
did you? Okay.
Winning 3, losing 3.
Oh, and Hanan's missed that one. That
she has.
That could swing things back round for Jenny.
That's really put Jenny in the driving seat here.
So there's a hoop shot coming up from Jenny now. And from the position of that yellow ball, it looks like this might be almost uncontested hoop shot. So looks like a free one.
It does.
Oh, how we like a free one.
Yep. So if Jenny gets this, she will go into a 5-3 lead. Yes, beautifully through the hoop. Very smooth, right to the boundary. So Jenny now leads 5-3. and she's and 1 game up.
Just have a look at your program, please. Martin.
Sure.
Thank you. It is Hanan who's the over 50 world.
Yes, she won the
world
over.
champion.
That's
I
right.
wasn't
Yes,
sure
yes,
it was
yes.
her or the other.
No,
Or the Egyptian
she's the
lady.
only Egyptian lady playing here. There's no other Egyptian lady playing. The other Egyptian lady who was going to play
Didn't make it.
Didn't make it. No.
Oh, okay.
So even though Hanan now lives in Canada and she's playing for Canada, she's originally obviously Egyptian.
Yeah. Well, it's great we have so many nations represented.
Absolutely. I think probably this is the 22 nations here. It's probably the most it's ever been represented.
I'd have thought so.
Yes, Jenny's now leading 5-3. Hanan's going for hoop 9, but she hits the wire, so she does not succeed in getting that hoop.
Yeah.
Jenny has got the chance of clearing the red. Her black ball is probably back 3 yards, would you say?
Looks like it from here. It's difficult to get a perspective.
I know from here. It's always better to be able to see the lawns from above. It is. It really helps.
We have no perspective, do we?
No.
She's missed that, so this heap's going to be contested for a while longer yet.
Yep. And Hanan's going to clear the black with red, which will give her. She's done a lovely clearance, nice
great.
stop shot clearance.
Hold
red
position.
holds position. Red's down for. Makes a huge difference if you can clear and
Stephen was right by us, so
I'm sure he can cope.
He can cope with a bit of commentary going on another pitch.
Yes, and Jenny has now cleared the red with the black. And now it's going to put another ball in, stopping black from hopefully running the hoop. Jenny's putting another ball in.
That's very well weighted, or is it?
Yeah, but short.
Well,
Not bad actually.
No.
Not bad.
As long as she's not blocked black. on yellow.
That's right. That's
always the
important
danger of going across your own line
It is.
or approaching it. Now, a number of times it goes right where you don't want it.
Yes. When you want it to go there, it won't go there, and when you don't want it, it does.
Yeah.
So Hanan's going for it looks like a clearance on the black, which she succeeds in doing. Ball goes to the side boundary, and red has stayed probably 6 yards back, slightly angled to the hoop. It's gone a bit cooler now.
It's rather pleasant now.
The sun's dropped, and it's probably, 21, 22 degrees.
I should say.
The lawns do seem to be getting a bit drier, which will obviously quicken the pace, but there's still certain green patches in certain areas.
Yeah, it's hard to judge. You've got to actually think about the line you're taking, and whether you can get onto that green patch to stop the ball, or treat the brown stuff with caution.
Absolutely.
Very easy to overrun.
And the court that they're playing on here is probably these 3 courts here, 4, 5, and 6, tend to be the faster courts, and the 1, 2, and 3 are slightly slower.
That's true,
because they were relayed, and they haven't had quite time to settle in yet.
The club relayed all their courts, I think, in the last 5 or 6 years.
But they did
doing in three in a row.
That's right.
So 3 1 year, 3 the next year, and then three
the
following year. Which, of course, is the beauty when you've got so many courts. You can actually close some and go for a long-term run.
Yeah, Hanan went for that hoop again, failed again, and Jenny Black is not in a hoop running position. I imagine she'll try and go for a block on blue, or no, she's actually
No, she's-
sorry, not what I would have done, but
No,
we all see this game differently. She's clearing on the red.
I'd have been there with you, Nelson. That looked like a shot along the line.
But I'm a much more positional player than a lot of players, and I think you are too, really.
That's indeed, yeah.
So Hanan, I imagine, is going for a clearance on blue with yellow, which she succeeds in doing, and she nearly got an in off going to and through hoop 9. Hanan now has a chance of running the hoop with red, but it's from the boundary. Jenny's bringing the ball back in, obviously wanting to make sure she blocks the red from running the hoop. Yeah, absolutely. So I imagine Hanan is going to take her opportunity here and go for hoop 9. No, and she fails again. That's attempt number 3, and she's failed 3 in a row now.
She's getting a little exasperated now. The arms went up there.
Yep.
And
Frustration builds. I know, Jenny, she's probably going to put another ball in. No, she's not. She's going for... No, she is. No, she's not.
For the hoop as well. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah,
I thought
surprised at that too.
I'd have thought Jenny would have put a ball in there to
Absolutely.
hide from yellow. Yellow's a long way away anyway.
Yep. And red's not in a hoop running position.
Yeah.
You know, it's the
Position
same old thing, having 2 in front, always
Yeah.
a winning combination.
Yeah. And especially if these hoops are not easy to run.
They are not.
I mean, people around the world. It's you know, so we're probably joined by a lot of club players thinking, how are these top players missing hoops? Well, you've got to remember that these are set really firmly, and they're jolly tight, so much tighter than you'd have in your own club.
Yeah.
So the chances of a rejection, even from something that looks relatively easy, is really quite high, and we've seen it from pretty well everyone.
Yeah. I mean, you think you run a good shot, you think, oh, it's going through the hoop, but it only has to catch the merest bit of wire, and it does that double catch up to the other wire,
bobble around
and
a bit,
just pops out,
spits it back out. That's right.
Jenny's running the hoop with blue, beautifully through, and she has now won the game.
Won the game and the match.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, it was 7-2, wasn't it? Sorry,
yeah, it must have been.
We were judging the clips wrong. So the match has gone to Jenny 7-5, 7-2, and I think that is Jenny's 3rd match win of the tournament. I think I need to confirm that, but I'll have a look at the
croquet scores.
Yes, croquet scores, the most wonderful addition to the croquet world in the last 10 years.
Yes, indeed. So I've never met Tim Murphy, but if you're listening, Tim, thank you very much for inventing that.
Yeah.
The marvellous service.
Marvellous addition.
And I don't know what the viewing figures are for something like this, but the beauty of it is that even club results are going on. And
so that was Jenny's 4th win. Okay. So
all right.
She's looking. I would think that would probably qualify her for the knockout. So she's on 4 wins. She has 1 match still to play, and that's against Richard Bilton, who is also at the moment on 4 wins. So that block is now looking like Reg Bamford, who is on 6 wins, Jenny on 4, Richard Bilton on 4, and Omar Thami on 3.
So we need to maybe have a word with our cameraman. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to stay down there and see which game comes on.
Be the best place to do that.
We're just getting.
Not the best place to do that, if you don't mind.
We're just in the firing line here from the players on court 1 to our left, So we've got Aston Wade and Dominic Nunns, and they're in my group in Block B, where earlier today there was an upset with the number 2 seed beat the number 1, but I think both our Egyptian friends from that group are looking fairly comfortable, and I haven't seen the table for a while. Can you have a look at the table for Group B?
For Group B, yes, certainly. In B, sorry, our camera lady, I think, has stopped at the moment because we're not sure on which match we're going to.
She's probably going to come up here and ask what she wants to do. I would think this game's pretty good.
Yes, why don't we? Yes.
Yeah.
That means I can be in the shade.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
if you're going to come up here, that'd be
They
lovely.
haven't started
Thank
yet.
you
That's
very
still warming
much.
up, so that'd be great. Thank you.
So we're
going to move on to another lawn. We'll just have a look at Block B first, as Chris was just commenting on. At the moment, it's Mohammed Karim is on 4 wins, and so is Matthew Essex from the United States, and on 3 wins each are
Naguib Hossam,
and Aston Wade.
He beat Karim this morning, so that's been the small upset.
So
those players are ahead, aren't they?
And the only other player, and also Dominic Nunns was on 3 wins as well. So
this is quite a crunch match, this one.
Very important match that we're going to put the camera onto in a moment, and that's been between Aston Wade and Dominic Nunn, both from the UK, or England I should say. And at the moment it's probably an important one for both of them to qualify. At the moment they're both on 3 wins and 2 losses. Obviously one will then go to 4 wins and 2 losses, the other will go to 3-3.
So our coverage is probably
our camera
going to be
moving.
Interrupted for a moment, visually at least. I don't know whether we can. We've still got the sound on, but our camera lady's moving her equipment over to this court.
Do you know what the hoops are set?
I don't know what the hoops are set to. It's more a case of them being really tight.
Well, you mean solid on the ground? Yeah.
Sorry, but I mean more solid rather than being tight.
I think the regulations are 1/32, but I think they are actually more towards the 64.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are looking really, paper thin.
We're going to go on to this one, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, your one's the easiest one to do.
Yes, and it's going to be an interesting match because it's a crunch match for both of them in their block, because they're both on 3
So
wins.
why not? Here is that Chris Clark? Yes, here goes Chris.
Chris,
So Chris is on his way.
Yep.
So he will come and join you.
Okay.
Lovely.
To replace Chris.
Sure.
Yep. We're going to have Chris Clark. We're going to have another Chris replacing a Chris. So Chris Clark.
That'll be quite good, because if Aston is about to play Dom Nunns, that means I must be very close to the next
ball coming.
on feet.
Super. Okay.
I must be very close to being
So to
next game on.
the 2 players that are going to be playing.
Yeah.
We've got Aston Wade, who won the British Open last year, and Dominic Nunns.
I'm going to leave you now, Nelson.
Okay, nice
so,
to meet you, Chris. Thank you.
Cheerio, everybody. Chris
Right.
Clark's taking my seat. Thank you.
So Chris Clark's going to join me, and we're going to commentate on this game. I've just introduced the 2 players.
Should be quite interesting, I think.
Yes, it's a crunch match too, because they're both on 3 wins each, so it's a very important one for both of them.
Yeah, Aston probably hasn't played quite up to his normal standard.
No.
And Dom, I think, is becoming more and more comfortable.
Nicking your program.
That's right. Yep. So yes, yes, Dominic is more of an AC player, but has recently taken more to a little bit of your coaching, Chris.
Yeah, I have spent quite a bit of time with him. So cross fingers, he's going to produce a decent performance. Equally, I think Aston is excellent, and the sort of player who gets better as the tournament goes on, Aston. And that's probably why he's ended up winning a couple of major sort of events.
Absolutely. And in fact, his birthday is tomorrow. There's a bit of useful information. He will be 20 tomorrow.
20 tomorrow, there we go. So good start from Dom.
Yep.
That's about 3 yard straight position.
Yep, good position. Very good.
So one of Dominic's strengths compared to most players is he's been really good at jump shots. Even up to five yards away, he's been able to clear them on the full. That's been quite impressive. And yeah, he's sort of getting the hang of when not to shoot, which is always one of the key things for AC players. They tend to be a bit too shooty to start with. Playing at his home club, which is nice.
Yep. Aston really has to go for the clearance on blue here. I think it'd be stupid not to, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's very straight, is this hoop shot for blue.
Great shot.
Very good shot.
Very good shot.
Now, equally importantly, he's hit it on the left-hand side, which makes clearing red a long way away much more difficult for Dom.
Absolutely.
I don't think Dom will want to let Aston have a go at this hoop, even early on. I think he'll probably take the clearance.
Yeah. But as you say, you can't clear it very far unless he actually
hits it on the right.
Half ball, yeah.
Yeah. So you could play in. It's a legitimate option.
Yep.
At hoop 1, first.
Yep. Puts a bit of
First
pressure on,
game.
doesn't it?
It does. I still think I'm going to want to clear this.
I would too, knowing how good Aston is. Yes, I mean,
Wrong
he's cleared
side.
it, but it's
It's not just the fact that red stayed close, it's the fact that blue's finished 15 yards away. And that's going to make the whole sequence a little bit tougher for black and blue.
and I don't think black is in a hoop running position at the moment.
No, I don't think so either. I'm almost tempted here to play wide with red.
Red, yeah.
You could just have a free go at the hoop. That's a legitimate option.
Yeah, because you're not. Well, you must think that black's got an option here.
So thinks it's jaws-able. To me, it's outside the corner, and I'm happy enough
Oh no, he's going.
not doing there. See, I don't want to give black this shot where he can clip red away
I would
and finish on the boundary.
Yeah, I would rather have been the other side of the hoop myself.
It's turned into a most glorious afternoon.
It has.
Blue
Absolutely.
skies, and there's not a breath of breeze, really, is
No,
there? It's
no.
very still.
No, very still. Perfect croquet conditions.
Yeah. So Dominic, looking at this shot to jaws, I think it's really too difficult. I just want to flick it at 1/8 ball on the right-hand side, clear it sort of to the halfway marker.
I don't really agree with
End of
Aston's
A-ball.
position there. I think it was
No.
not a good
Oh,
place
that's
to
a
have gone.
weak shot by Dom. So he's aimed on right-hand side and he's hit it in the middle. And he's left black on the lawn. So red can now potentially clear black or snuggle up behind it.
You've got a great position here to actually just snuggle up to red, but wide so you can't run.
And
Shot I love.
I saw Akbed Naz play on lawn 2 this morning, and his positional play was exceptional. And that shot from yellow isn't good enough.
No.
He's probably going to run it, but he's less likely to run it all the way up to hoop 2.
Not going to run it now though.
So that was Dom playing something a bit more aggressive to get back in the hoop. He'd got behind, and clearing the ball that's just played is one of the key tactics in golf croquet, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's going to be more powerful than this line of play that Aston is adopting of clearing the ball that plays directly after you. So Aston just asking if he can move the red in, and if he moves the red in,
Move the black as well.
no, the rules say it's the choice of the opponent.
I thought it was under 7 yards. It should be moved.
I think it's choice of opponent under 7 yards. So it's be Dom's choice as to whether he wants black moved, and logic says yes, he would.
Yep. And if he was to miss it, obviously the black goes back to the position it was in.
Yeah. So he wants to play a stop shot here, holding red in position, clearing black, preferably to the boundary, but absolutely dead centre. Pretty good shot.
Yep.
be happy enough with that.
Yep.
And if I'm Dom, I'm just going to clear that straight away.
Yep.
Straight back again. Same principle as we had before. If you can just clear the ball that's just played, it gives you that advantage in the hoop. It's much more strong as a tactic than clearing the ball that's just about to play, which can immediately come back. So half ball on the right, moving red a fair way away, taking the south boundary. Control yourself. Excellent.
Yeah, good shot.
Needs to run on.
Yep.
Every time you leave your ball on the lawn, it means red can clear
That's
it.
dead right. Yeah. You
Admittedly,
wanted to run off the boundary, didn't you?
yeah, red can only clear it to a short boundary, so
Yeah.
not a disaster. But again, it would be much stronger as a back. Actually, that's a much better shot. If you can keep doing that, then you're going to win a lot of matches. And Dom might just feel, I need to move that straight away.
Yep.
Taking position risks blocking black at yellow, doesn't it?
It does.
Very wibbly shot. Not
Not a very confident shot, did it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a bad result though. I think this is the right shot from Aston. Just move black so it can't run the
It
hoop.
stays, which it has.
Yeah.
Certainly puts him in the driving seat.
I think we'll see the same type of mid-pace takeout again. Yeah, the last one was probably, you'd call it a gentle one. I think he just needs an extra 3 or 4 yards of pace. And that's much harder than I would have hit that.
And not full contact, which
Yeah.
means the yellow stays from near the hoop, and black is now over near corner 1.
Yeah,
Corner 4, sorry.
I think what you'll find is yellow will take position and blue will clear yellow, allowing red to have a go at the hoop, because black's so far away. Your best chance is to just allow red a long go and make sure yellow doesn't get any chance of running it from there.
You don't think it's worth clearing the blue with the red?
Don't want to clear, well, it's blue to play, first of
Of
all.
course, it's right.
So, you know, blue's going to clear yellow here.
Yeah. And let red have a go.
And I don't want to be forcing black to clear yellow from corner 4.
Good, right.
Just get rid of yellow and hope Aston plays a poor hoop stroke.
Yep.
Second prize for Dom would be Aston running the hoop, but only by a few feet. So at least he gets first play up to hoop 2.
Yeah.
But you don't want him running hoop 1 by 15 yards.
No. People often say, you know, why do the Egyptians hit so hard? Because they don't just want to run the hoop; they want to be up at the next hoop as well, don't they?
Yeah, but a lot of them are running odd hoops off the other boundary.
True,
And
that's true. Yeah.
I think one of the things that the New Zealand team have taken advantage of is that weakness. And whilst we do occasionally, obviously, run hoops off the boundary, when we've got a 3-yard straight hoop, we're trying to run it up to the next hoop, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that even if it gets you half a hoop advantage in a game, half a hoop's a lot, isn't it? Think how many games go to hoop 13.
Yep.
So 1-0 to Aston.
Yep.
He's broken serve effectively, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
And that was despite
Yep, and despite really that Dom had the start.
and he played a good positional shot as
he
well.
did, yeah.
So interesting line. It needs to.
It may turn.
The general slope on these 3 Nelson is all towards the clubhouse.
Yeah.
So it went quite straight, really. It's runnable, but it's 45 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah. I would give that about a 1-10 chance.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. And the other thing to say is if you misapproach hoop 2, you always want to be on the short boundary side.
Yep.
So that you're clearing the opponent away to a long boundary.
Absolutely.
So he sort of erred on the wrong side there. Aston should have put another yard on that yellow so black can't cut it. Black can probably cut that, 2/3 of the way to corner 1.
Yep.
Whereas if it's just that yard further, the best you can do is the middle of the boundary.
Yeah.
Again, good approach from Dom with blue. Aston wants to play in here.
Really tight to the hoop, I think.
That's travelling.
That's travelling. It's going to go past the hoop, I think. Yep.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
non-runnable.
No.
Anyway.
So 2 options. You can play in, blocking yellow at the hoop, or you can just hit yellow, half ball on the right, clear it 15, 16 yards away.
Which I think is a better option, personally.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier that I thought jump shots were a big strength of Dom's. From my point of view, the strongest part of Aston's game is his hoop running.
Yes, he runs hoops very smoothly, doesn't he? Got a very even swing.
Yeah, good
Yep,
clearance.
good clearance. But, you know, I mean, lucky red is near the hoop.
And where would you go with blue now?
I would either go to a wide position on the other side of the hoop, or go deep. You know, I think they're the only 2 options, really.
I'm just going to play this side the hoop.
My first option. Yeah.
I'm not fussed actually whether it's open or not.
No,
Just two yards.
Yeah.
This side the hoop.
Why not at least attempt to go for the wiring? You know.
I just think red's going to take position here.
Yeah.
I want to be, you know, maybe 3-4 yards so yellow can't clear it very far.
Yeah.
And then I want to play in with black wired from yellow.
Yeah. Anyway, he went for the deeper option. Deep-ish, not that deep. But,
So I think a genuine option here is play mid-pace into red.
Yep.
And try and get both your balls in front of the hoop.
Yep. I find you see AC players doing that more often than GC players.
Sorry, I've got the wrong play.
No, yeah.
Red play. Yeah, so it's always going to be red in front.
Yeah.
And now I think black clears.
Yeah. Don't know whether yellow's open on blue. I think it's just, isn't it? It's hard to tell from here.
Yellow open on blue. It's a long way away now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's,
But
it's
open, I
about an
think.
11 yard.
Yeah.
So it's very early in the match to be taking 11 yard clearance.
No, but I'm saying I couldn't even tell whether it was even open.
Interesting. Playing gently into that, and he's missed it. I think just another ball in here.
I do too. You can get it between the 2, it's even better.
Oh, this looks good.
Looks very good.
Sharp.
Brilliant shot. Snuggled right up to it. I can't tell whether it's touching or not. Seems like it is touching.
Dom thinks they're touching. So interesting. We've got 2 AC players here. Both know how to play croquet strokes.
Yep.
Looks like yellow's aiming a little bit left of red. So we'll need to sort of split the angle.
Yep. So you can
And try and follow through with a roll.
and clear the red in the shot.
I'm playing a drive. No, that's disappointing from an AC player. Should at least have made some sort of contact with the red there.
Yeah, from that distance, it's a pretty big target, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you want to run this gently. Good shot.
Yeah, lovely.
2-0 to Aston.
Yep. Clip on hoop 1.
No, he's forgotten.
No,
He's going back now and putting it on.
Good to see players are using the clips. Because yesterday we were having some problems with players not using clips.
Very much so, because I mean, what we've said all along is that there's 2/3 of the players who are sat out watching.
Exactly.
And they're actually interested. Added to which, we've probably got 20 club members down all the time, and they want to know what's going on as well.
And also, something you may not have seen in other countries is that if you're playing a best of 3 and you win the first game, you put your clip on the centre peg.
Absolutely.
At least it tells you whether you're in game 1, game 2, or a game 3.
Yeah, so you start with 7 clips. So after the first game, you can put one on the hoop, and you never need to put a 7th clip on a hoop, do you?
Never. Only if we perhaps start to play advantage croquet.
Indeed. Yeah, that would be different.
But advantage croquet is handicap play, so it's not relevant to this tournament.
And again, the standard line of play, Dom's played short.
Yep.
And if your opponent can't run the hoop, you play deeper, so they can only clear you to the short boundary.
Absolutely. Just standard tactic.
Dom trying to nudge that black closer, and it's
he's
a
done
good effort.
Ooh, I think
Ooh.
yeah, it's made it a bit possible now. Still fairly angled though. I'd say it's perhaps a 2 in 10.
But if he manages to change Aston's mind from he wasn't going to clear it to
Absolutely.
he is going to clear it, it's been worthwhile.
Always, if you can put two thoughts into your opponent's mind, it often means they don't do the shot as well.
I think that's the right choice.
Yep.
Let 2-0 lead. Even if Dom runs it, he's not going to run it down to 4, is he?
Absolutely. Put the pressure on.
So protect your lead, get some straight balls in front of the hoop, and you're really starting to pile a bit of pressure on early in this match.
Yep. The psychology of this game is something that people underrate in a way, don't they?
It's always the beauty of the 1v1 match. You're not just playing a sport, you're playing the man, aren't you? So he's taking one of his jump shots now. These have been very good from what I've seen during the event. I think that was the outside of the right hand wire, wasn't it?
I think so, from where the balls ended up.
It's a nice height, but he'd been much more accurate than that generally. And Aston's got the choice of clearing blue, which is a sort of safe option, but I just have a go at the hoop straight away. Why give blue the chance to hit back from a long way away?
Absolutely. And also, black is offside now, which is also an advantage. And
that's his strength.
As you were saying earlier, that's his strength.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the fact that that's gone, 3 yards past hoop 4 rather than screaming off the south boundary.
Yep.
A little bit more wire, it might have finished north.
Yeah.
So
black is offside, and we'll have to come back to the penalty spot.
And one of the key things is, can Dom take wired position from yellow? You don't want yellow to be able to hit blue.
Absolutely.
Preferably much closer to the hoop than he's managed to get.
But the wiring, in a way, was the primary objective there, really.
Yep. Again, Aston will be trying to get at least half the distance between blue and the hoop.
Pretty good.
It's excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. And that early in the day, Ahmed Naz was just doing that relentlessly, and it puts so much pressure on your opponent. Blue's wired. Okay, so we just had confirmation that blue is wired from yellow. So another good positional shot here with black needed, and then hopefully blue can end up clearing red to a wired position from black. Needs to hit that red.
Ooh.
Handy.
Handy. But it's now to the side of the hoop, black.
So we had confirmation that it was wired before. I think it's only moved red half a ball, so I think it'll still be wired. And he'll be nudging red and trying to get one of the balls to block blue's hoop. And he won't be far away from that.
No.
It's probably a little bit of a quarter ball short or something.
Yep.
And Dom's now got a attempt at a hoop.
Nope. Hit the outside wire.
Yet to settle in this match. Had a couple of attempts. Aston's played well though.
Nice and 3.
And love the tempo of the swing, and I love the distance of the backswing. It's a proper backswing. It's not stabby. Nice and fluent, and not thrashy at all.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
So Dom's been a bit lucky in that Blue's actually finished onside, and he's played a lovely approach to the hoop.
But, you know, 5 is always an easier one to clear because you're talking about shorter distances now between them.
It is, but all you can do when you're 4-0 down is try and get straight hoop that you can run up to hoop 6.
Absolutely.
And just hope 4-0 soon becomes 4-2. And just play them in pairs, really.
Yeah.
And this is a good tactic from Aston. This is just clearing straight away.
Yeah.
This is a protecting a 4-0 lead type of shot.
Yeah.
And it's not a great clearance because he's lost yellow to the west boundary, but he's hoping that even if Dom takes position, he's going to be angled. And he'll be perfectly happy conceding hoop 5 if Dom only runs it by 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah. Blue's a nice position though, straight in front of the hoop.
And interesting choice here. I would play into position behind Blue so Black can't clear me, and then try and clear Blue with yellow, because Red's actually on a lovely line, isn't it, for travelling in.
Yep.
Just finishing a couple of feet short of Blue.
Yep.
And cross fingers, it'll hold the line and Black won't be able to clear it.
Yep. What does he do that one?
And I think you can see the fact that Aston is hitting the netting with his backswing, and that shows you what a good backswing he's got.
Yeah.
That, you know, he's not just using a few inches and then all his muscle strength is providing it. He's actually using a proper swing from his shoulders.
Yep.
He doesn't actually line the ball up in the middle of his mallet, which is a weakness, but the rest of it's good. And that's not a good second prize, really.
Not really.
The only good news is Black has to come back. Because he wouldn't want Black up near hoop 6.
No, but it still puts Dom in a very strong position, really, doesn't it?
It does. And one of the interesting questions here really is, does Black risk not going back to hoop 5? 4-0 down. Do you just play south of the peg and just cross your fingers?
I would put a ball in, I think.
And at 3-1 down, I'm always putting a ball in. At 4-0, I'm going to risk it.
And pulling short is not.
Well, that's neither a ball south of the peg nor a ball in front, is it? So,
No.
Sort of the worst of both worlds.
Absolutely.
That was...
And the risk would have paid off.
yeah, it's interesting. Aston hit that quite hard. He doesn't normally shoot many shots that hard. But now Dom needs to focus on running this 2 yards in front of hoop 6.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's too hard, isn't it?
No, it doesn't look too bad. Just a bit too hard. Yep. Well, it's still a pretty good position for being able to clear any of Aston's balls.
And 3 genuine choices here. You can either play deep, sort of near the peg, as Red. You can try and play up close to the hoop wide from Blue.
Yep.
Or you could actually take genuinely good hoop position and hope yellow clears Blue. Which, when you're if you were down, that would be probably the right option, but I don't think it's the right option when you're 4-1 up.
No.
I think he needs to play one of the moderate options,
Yeah,
either
absolutely.
the deep red.
He's going for the deep. Because, his hoop running is so effective.
Yeah. So again, good hoop position from Dom, and then Blue can smash Red away.
Not great.
Not great. No, we would both expect to be better than that, Nelson, wouldn't we? We're probably both positional players primarily. So
That's definitely my strength, not my shooting.
yeah, I think the key is you want black to be in a position where you're really quite confident of running the hoop,
Yep.
and we would both be thinking there's a chance that we're going to fail that.
Yep.
So yellow playing in to try and block the hoop,
But he didn't achieve it, I don't think. No.
and a power clearance now from Dom.
Black is just that length that, he'll be thinking, do I go for the hoop? Do I clear the yellow? And you don't really want those sort of thoughts
He's
in your
missed
mind.
a clearance.
Wow.
Licked the edge of yellow, ran through hoop 12, and now Aston will just play a basic clearance and know he's got control of the hoop.
Absolutely.
All he's got to do is stop black away,
Yep.
keeping red within a few yards of the hoop.
Yep.
In front would be fantastic,
Yep. Nice way to
but that's I don't like that. I think that's a weak shot.
You think, well, yeah, if you hit it full, it would probably be better, but
I'm clearing red
Yellow.
every time here. Black clears red.
Yeah.
You're back in the hoop. Don't clear yellow. This is yeah. I want to clear red every time. Let yellow have a go. So I didn't like that.
no,
think
just
it's
comes
weak.
lovely back in front.
And
Then
then
still in a strong position. Isn't it?
my expectation is after yellow's going to be able to come back,
Yep.
red is going to be on a really good line for blocking
Absolutely.
black at yellow.
Absolutely.
Oh, has he overhit it? No, it's okay.
No, lovely. Right there, beautiful.
Yeah, straight in front. If blue has got anything to shoot at here,
He should
it
be
needs
shooting.
to shoot, I think. This is a very, very easy block.
Because you've got a lot of area which to place the red balls, so
Yeah.
the black is blocked from yellow.
And it wouldn't be surprising to me to see black try and run the hoop,
Yeah.
which is pretty tough. These hoops are much more difficult now than they were 6 weeks ago at the Opens. So that's really good. But he had nothing there, did he? He had hoop 5 completely in play.
That was a nothing shot, wasn't it?
It's trying to take position, but obviously you're risking black getting wild from yellow if you leave it short.
Yeah. No, you should just better get a perfect wiring in here. And he should try and also block the hole to the hoop as well as the ball, which he should be able to achieve from that.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to move red quite a long way here. I'm
Yeah,
probably
that's
going to
what
move
I'm
it
saying,
3 yards.
Well, you don't want to put it 6 inches from yellow
No.
because then you end up clearing both balls.
Correct. And I think a lot of people have been blocking about 2 feet away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's too close.
It is the hardest shot in the book to achieve, but
He's moving yellow to block black's hoop shot and hopefully leave red in front as well. Might have got hampered with yellow, might have left a double clearance.
easy. I would have thought that's a double clearance there.
I'm not convinced that was optimal.
No, I'm not either.
Anyway, let's see what happens after Dom has a go. Oh, he's jumping. He's jumping. Obviously better than it looks from our angle. It's a good 6-yarder, isn't it?
I still think that there was a definite double clearance there. I don't think the jump was the right option.
Certainly clearing yellow looked very feasible, but perhaps we might be at not the optimal angle.
No, true. As I was saying earlier, it's very hard to see this. You always want to be above and looking down the lawn. You get a much better perspective.
And Aston's got the chance to run this by a little way and give Red a rush.
over. Yeah. And being an AC player,
It's underhit
Yeah.
that. You really want to leave your rush to 3 yards straight, don't you?
You
Not
do.
not at the hoop.
No. He is going to go for the promotion, I think, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
bit hard, I think. But at least it allows him to clear the blue with a stop shot.
Yeah, I think I would say a fine attempt. He's about 18 inches short of having an easy hoop, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So not a bad effort.
No.
And he's
And
going to be
also,
able to...
he's got on the right side of blue, so he can get a good clearance to the far boundary.
Absolutely. So I think quite a reasonable outcome.
Yeah.
Sam said what they do set to.
We think the hoops are set to a 30-second.
Probably good 30 second though, wouldn't you say, more towards the 64th?
But it's an interesting question, Nelson. So I can tell you at the start of Jenny's match,
Yeah.
she found the black ball wedged in 2 hoops.
Right.
And she asked for a different black, and they didn't have one because they've run out of primary colours. And perfectly reasonably, Hanan said, no, I'm not prepared to play with secondaries because they don't play with secondary colours.
Fair enough.
So they ended up having to reset 2 of the hoops to a wider tolerance to get this egg-shaped black through.
Yeah. Probably because the balls are not round, that's
Correct.
more the issue, isn't it?
Yeah. So that black was very egg-shaped, and we had an instance on the first day where after the practice there were 6 balls short, which wasn't great. Fortunately,
They went in hedges or something.
well, that's what they thought. Fortunately, the following day, a certain 5-time AC World Champion, not named Reg Bamford, turned up and said, "Oh, I accidentally took 4 balls home last night," because he'd brought 4 of his own, and he ended up taking 8 home. So yes, Mr. Fulford was the guilty party of 4 of the 6. Nice block there from Dom.
Nice block, yeah.
Nice block.
But it is close enough to be able to clear both balls, isn't it? That's the...
And a good angle there to see Aston's off-centre
Yes, wasn't it?
lineup. It's consistent. That's the only thing I'm going to say about it. He does the same thing every time.
Yes, you don't actually have to aim straight to hit, as I know.
Indeed. Yeah. Good hoop from Dom. Yeah. And that's the sort of length where even 5-1 down, you're not confident of running that to the next hoop, aren't you? You give it a little bit extra.
Yep.
Still managed to keep it on the lawn.
Yeah.
So Aston will be playing wide out
They
to the
can get a
eastern
wiring,
side to try
possibly.
and wire from black, yeah. And probably staying 3 yards back from the hoop.
Yeah, that's a good position, I think.
So he hasn't got the wire, but he's kept that extra bit of depth just to make Dom's clearance, if he went for that, more challenging.
It's interesting, watching the 2 styles of these players. They couldn't be more different. Aston has a wonderful backswing. Don basically has none.
It's not as bad as Nunn.
Well, there's not much backswing there, is there really? I was just watching that shot there. I mean,
But there's a lot of forearm used
absolutely.
in
Oh
the
yes,
shot.
absolutely. But it's just interesting to see 2 completely different styles.
Yeah, from a coaching perspective, you would always go for that sort of lazy, nice, slow tempo that Aston has got.
Yeah.
And if you watch, Reg play and Robert play, tempo really important in their swings, and very slow tempo. The Egyptians tend to have a faster tempo because they need the mallet head speed because they play with the lighter mallets.
Absolutely.
Whereas the AC players tend to play with a slightly heavier mallet. So going for the big shot here, black clearing yellow, quite difficult. So good, 11 yarder?
Yep, I'd say about that.
It's in the middle,
Beautiful
fantastic shot.
Yeah.
In hoop 6?
No.
Not quite. And all Aston can do is shoot back now.
Yep.
Blue's got a very straightforward hoop.
Yep. Got to clear the blue. No choice. Oh,
Good
great
shot. Good shot.
Great shot. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't cleared a huge distance, but it was a fantastic shot.
And from a match point of view, when I get 5-1 down, I'm going, well, look, if I can just get it back to maybe 5-all, even if I end up losing, I'm well in the second and third game set, because you've had that big comeback. You look almost like you're dominating, despite the fact you've lost the first game.
Yep.
And I think that's important for Dom. He doesn't want to lose 7-2, really. Let's take it up the middle and, you know, see if he can get a bit more progress.
Yep.
Mid-pace clearance, trying to keep blue within range. I think he needed to hit that 4 yards harder. Red will take this hoop on, won't it, Nelson? I mean,
absolutely.
It's a free go.
It's a free go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's got nothing to lose here.
And, you know, for Aston, that's not far enough away.
No. So I've not seen Aston play before, but
Oh, it's a bad shot.
bad shot.
That's rarely. Yeah, I've seen him fail plenty of hoops, but he normally hits the middle of the wire.
Yeah, just clipped the outside wire.
Yeah, that was sort of very, very poor. And it's a sort of shot that can get in your head, that. You wouldn't have contemplated finishing on the south boundary after that, unless it had gone through.
No.
So black will just play in here. Nothing special, just a nice, straight, easy hoop shot trying to generate. And then it'll be interesting to see whether yellow takes black out first or just plays in and allows blue potentially to have a go at the hoop or to clear yellow. Yeah, make it easy for black.
Yep, good shot.
I'm surprised you're happy with that. I'd be wanting that closer from that range.
It's dead in front.
It is
though,
dead
isn't it?
straight.
You know,
It's
I mean,
dead straight.
it's
It's
probably
just a fraction further away than I wanted.
probably a couple of feet, isn't it?
And it's given yellow the room potentially to play behind black, so blue can't clear it. If that's the case, blue will take on the hoop because it hasn't got anything else to do other than block.
Unless it puts the block in from red on black.
I think from a percentage point of view, you might as well have to go at the hoop if you can't clear yellow. Gone for the block, left it short. Good chance here. Good chance. He's going to move this quite a long way in with his big backswing, I think. You'll get a couple of feet on this. Yeah, just make sure you can't hit it. It's completely legitimate, this. If your big backswing hits it, you can keep moving it in. It keeps hitting it. Keep moving it in.
We're doing
one of the benefits of having a nice big backswing, isn't it?
Don wouldn't be able to move it in at all.
No.
Seems okay now.
So it's nice, standard grip, right-handed standard grip, hands at the top of the mallet, working in unison. Swing coming from the shoulders. You have to generate a little bit of power, and part of that has to come from your wrist.
I'm surprised he missed that.
It's back-to-back poor shots, isn't it? Both of which missed on the left.
But as you said, you know, when you miss a shot like that, sometimes it gets in your head a bit.
Yeah,
could
be.
I mean, being the hoop shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 5-3. Much better than 5-1.
Absolutely.
And as with all of these matches, we keep going back to it. Hoop 9 It's sort of the most important hoop
absolutely.
in the game in many ways.
Yep. Very important hoop.
Got to take position.
Yep, got to be perfect position here. You want here.
This looks good.
It's very good. Excellent
shot.
Yeah.
I'm having 2 goes at that.
Yeah.
Dom isn't.
You don't want to go in too tight. You want to give yourself a little bit back so you've got a wider arc. But that, I think, is a very, very good position to be.
Yeah, I would have shot twice there. It's just too good a yellow.
Absolutely, too good a yellow.
We may find we're wrong. We may find it's a little bit short. But from here, it looks okay.
Doesn't look short to me. It looks absolutely perfect. That's what makes this game fascinating in a way, is the different choices people make, and how one person sees it, another person sees it. It can be so different,
So he's hit a couple of good shots recently. There's a really nice 11-yard clearance at hoop 8, and then a confident hoop. Let's see if he can just make some contact with yellow here. He's always just looking to that side, wasn't he? So 6-3.
6-3 coming up, I should think.
Is just something which I think we all try and get 6-3 up. It's just you feel so confident of winning, don't you?
You feel so much better.
5-4 is anyone's.
As I'm sure you have and I have, we've both won games from being 6-3 down.
Indeed.
Yeah, perfect.
And again,
it's a little bit harder than he needed to be, perhaps. I think.
Yeah, I think if it had been 4-all, he'd hit it more gently.
Yeah, probably.
But he just wants to guarantee that lead.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And when you have a 6-3 lead, I think you should play conservatively and not aggressively, And I see some people with 6-3 up and they play aggressively, and I can never understand why they do it.
Yeah. Nice shot.
I think yellow is open on blue.
I'm putting another ball in here, Nelson. I'm playing yellow into position.
Yep, that's what I'm saying about being conservative and not being aggressive, Like when you're 6-3 up.
Would have preferred it closer.
Yep.
But he hasn't given any double clearance away, has he?
No.
Playing a big cut. Played it well. Taken the short boundary for blue and given red quite a long clearance, probably about a 10-yarder.
Yep.
Didn't want to hit it in the middle, giving red that 6-yard clearance. That wouldn't have been very good. And Aston will be clearing the black here. Not great.
No,
and choices for Dom here.
Yeah, choices, that's right. He can clear the yellow, but unfortunately he's not going to be in front of the hoop if he does that.
I'm going to try and clear yellow about 3 to 4 yards in the middle.
Yeah.
And I want to be cleared to the short boundary. I'm desperate to own that short boundary, 6-3 down.
Yeah.
Try to generate a clearance of an opponent ball getting to hoop 11.
Yep, and he's done that basically.
I think he hit that
Yeah.
about the right pace,
Yeah,
but
but
would have
not-
been
not better
nice
than
to have
centre.
hit the middle. So clear that again with blue. Mid pace. You can potentially run on a yard,
Yep.
hold for the hoop, and give black a clearance on yellow.
Yep.
Nice pace.
Yeah, nice pace.
Stop blue. Stop
And
blue.
look, oh, perfect.
So that's
Yeah,
perfect yellow.
Yeah.
Really threatening black clearing yellow, getting in front of 11. Blue's gone just at 2 feet too far, but if you can clear yellow getting in front of 11, you're prepared to take that difficult hoop on, aren't you?
You are.
So Aston's now got this quandary. He could clear blue, he could clear black, he could take position.
I think he'll take position. Yep.
And yeah, I want to take this difficult hoop on as Dom. I want to clear this yellow, get in front of 11, then run a tough hoop. This is an interesting alternative. Just take position with black. Force yellow to clear blue to a short boundary. I just think if blue is... Oh, I fancy running that, Nelson. Oh, I really fancy running that.
But then you want to be clearing the yellow, don't you?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice positive play. I like this. Just hold
I didn't
position.
like the other when he was looking at red. I didn't like that option.
Clearing red isn't great. It's either take position. Oh, good shot. That is a really good shot. Black. 1 yard. Almost dead straight in front of 11.
Yep.
6-3 down.
And you can bring that back to 6-5.
And it's about a 30-degree hoop, isn't it?
Yeah,
This
it is.
5 foot,
Oh, no.
30-degree hoop.
Yeah.
Genuinely difficult,
Yep.
but well worth
Yeah.
this line of
Payback
play.
is good, isn't it?
Yeah. You wouldn't do this if you were 5-4 up,
No.
but 6-3 down, it's definitely right. Looking at it, no.
No.
So big shot now.
Yep.
Can he pull off this monster play at
Yeah.
10 and 11?
He knows he's good. Ooh. It's behind you. Just hit the boundary. Yeah.
Big shot. Oh, it's definitely the right choice
Oh,
at
it
this
is,
angle.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, it's the only way he's got of actually winning this game is is to take on this shot, which the payback it's great.
No. Okay.
No, game over.
Well, I still think this is failable. It's easier than Dom's.
I think he'll
Much
run.
straighter.
I think he'll run this. I'll put money on this one.
Good shot.
Yeah, he just runs those sort of hoops just so well.
So, game 1,
Game 1.
7-3.
Yep.
We had those 2 weak shots from Aston down near hoop 8.
Yeah. But he recovered from that, and he played some good shots after that.
Yeah, a couple of good clearances. Clearing Dom at hoop 1.
Yeah.
Really got him that great start. Dom was probably a little bit weak for those first 20 minutes,
Yep.
but then looked as if it was going to be really competitive. So he'll have some positivity
Yep.
going into this second game. He'll have first play at hoop 1 again. And yeah, the target is obviously take it to a decider.
Yep. Yes, I mean, it's amazing how many games you can lose 7-2 or 7-3 and come back and win the next one. So we have a little water break.
We're streaming
I
here.
need the same. Do you want a glass of water?
I'm good, thanks, Alison. Yeah.
Guessing this one.
Stiff. Thank you. I'll go over this way.
Day three, session 3.
All right, Trish, what do you want me to do the next game?
Oh, good actually.
Sure.
لا 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 دول مستشفين والتكليف وريتها لمحمد وليد ومصطفى نزار لاحظ كوره مختلفه النهارده وهو بيلعب.
Okay, well, I'm going to set up. I don't have to.
Nice commentary. I've learned a lot.
Good.
How far are you going to?
Probably to rally. Yes.
Right, so we should be back underway shortly. Aston just emerging after rehydrating. Dom's heading towards corner 4. So off to game 2. 7-3 to Aston in the first, the European champion. 2021 Open champion. Tends to get better as the event goes on. And I think the same also applies to Dom in these matches. He's often started a little bit weak and then he gets stronger as it goes on. So I'm hoping we'll see a good performance in this second game. And here we go. Blue 2 in front of hoop 1. That's travelling. Not sure that's runnable. Nelson's coming back with something alcoholic and refreshing.
Well, I needed a glass of wine. I thought it was that sort of time of the night. But it is 6:15 after all.
So this first
Lovely
shot,
evening, though,
it is beautiful. It is just still, isn't it?
Oh, perfect. The light is, just the way it's reflecting on the trees and the flags flying. It's
beautiful. It
perfect.
really is. Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
and all the bunting across the trees. It looks really. No, they've done a great effort here, really, haven't they?
Yeah, it was very good here in 2019 as well.
Yeah.
Nice tournament. Obviously, multi-venue that year with 80 players, and now single venue is 64.
But the single venue is nice. I mean, it does mean the players have a lot more waiting around, but it means they're all together in the one venue, and I think the players actually like to be together, don't you?
I think so, and it makes transport so much easier if you're coming from abroad.
Yep.
You can potentially rent somewhere that's walkable.
Yep.
And then you don't have to hire a car to go to the satellite venues.
Yeah.
But we're very few clubs in the world have 11 lawns.
Absolutely.
But no, it's been great to be here, and I'm someone who just even if I was a player, I like watching.
Yeah.
So I don't mind being sat out and watching some of these matches. They're very interesting. You can learn a lot about future opponents and their choices.
Well, for me, it's a real honour to be here. I am the oldest player in the tournament, I should add.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I
didn't know. Oh, you're very sprightly still, Nelson.
That's a good word.
So 2 bad shots from Dom.
Yep.
2 good shots
But
from
it's still going for the hoop.
Aston. And this is really difficult.
I wouldn't want to be doing this at this stage of this game, I don't think. No, I don't think it was a good choice.
I don't think it was a good choice either. I mean, I did say he was a good jumper, but I was talking about jumping over balls rather than jumping at 30 degrees, 25 degrees, who knows. It was outside the corner, wasn't it? So it's more than 45.
The chances of making that were not
Very good. Very good.
The game is about percentages,
It is.
and you have to weigh up those percentages, and I don't think that was a good choice you made.
Again, think back to game 1. Not only did he lose hoop 1, but he had to take position at hoop 2 from corner 4, and ended up with something basically impossible.
Yeah,
At least this time, Black's played from straight in and has got a runnable hoop.
absolutely. But Red's also come partly up towards hoop 2, which gives an easier clearance on the Black if need be.
Yeah. It's travelling.
It's travelling. It is travelling.
Well, another good clearance from Aston, and Dom's going to be finding himself quickly 2-0 down.
Not really what you want in your second game. Great shot.
Very good.
And he's with a bit of luck, he's actually cleared both balls. I mean, that was just pure luck, but it sometimes happens. But it was a good clearance.
And rule of thumb, if you're ever wondering, do I shoot hard or do I shoot soft? If you're clearing towards the boundary, you shoot hard.
Yes.
If you're shooting into the lawn, you shoot mid-pace.
Yep,
Very
that's
good.
Good pace. Yep.
Didn't get it in the middle, so Black's moved a little way away, but he's given himself time. He's still got a chance now. Black's going to end up with a clearance.
He's obviously looking for a wiring spot on blue.
I actually think it's more important not to give Black a double here.
Yep. Because he didn't really look at that option, did he?
That's a mid-pace clearance. So, again, same principle. If you're clearing into the lawn, mid-pace.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Black
Again.
really has to, I think, shoot at the red, clear red, don't you think?
I'm going to clear red here, yeah.
Very important.
Do I?
No.
I'm going to go.
Okay, don't worry.
No. And Peter is going to bring you. He's going to wait. Because he's coming straight to me.
Okay.
So, he's going to wait. I'll go.
So I thought clearing red was better than yellow. Yellow now has choices. It can take a positive line and clear blue.
Yep.
Or it can say, actually, this match is going in my favour.
Oh,
I'm just going to pop another ball in.
And I think at this stage, I would put another ball in. Put the pressure on Dom.
Gone for the block, which is sort of like putting another ball in.
It is.
Hasn't got it. He was open on the hoop. Well, that's a perfectly reasonable attempt. Nothing wrong with going for a hoop if you're open on it.
Nope.
Slightly hampered with the yellow, isn't he? He's hitting down on this a little bit.
It always makes it slightly more difficult.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yep. The only choice really I think Dom has is to clear the yellow with black, and then hopefully clear the red with blue.
That's correct.
That does nothing really, does it?
It's an interesting choice here. There's a lot to be said for just taking position, where when blue hits red, it doesn't clear yellow.
But he's probably, the angle he's got there, he can easily put red through the hoop and not stay there, you know.
It's the not staying there that isn't 100% guaranteed. But 2-0 is still 2-0, isn't it?
It is. I'd like my 2-0.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And he hit it at a great pace.
Yeah, my thinking was that if you took position slightly on the western side of the hoop,
Yeah.
and then blue were to miss its clearance,
Yeah. You've got the way of putting up a promotion, haven't you?
yeah, you can deem the red ball.
I still think I think so.
Well, that's much better than last time.
Nice position.
Nice
Dom.
position.
Nice position. Absolutely perfect.
Red.
That happens so often when someone has promoted a ball through a hoop, because in their mind they are playing the other ball.
Correct.
You know, you see it happen. Well, great shot.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the time when you do see balls played out of sequence and more than any other time. Because mentally, you haven't played that ball.
yeah. I think the other thing to say, Nelson, is how much better the game is since the rules were changed.
I still don't like the rule that allows you to hit an opponent ball and have no penalty. I think it's a terrible rule.
But think back to, let's say, 3 years ago and before.
Yep.
We were only getting 20% of the wrong balls we used to get.
True. You know, I don't mind the out of sequence ball. I like the ball swap. I think it's good, but I think being able to hit an opponent's ball and have no penalty, I don't think is a good rule.
Okay. Okay.
I can't think of another sport where you can play the opponent's ball and have no penalty. I think croquet is a rare one in that regard.
Yeah. I'm just happy we're not getting them constantly.
Yeah.
So that another disappointing shot by Dom there.
Yep.
He's trying to block yellow's hoop or block red at black, and he's done neither. And he hasn't finished in front either.
No.
So really, one decent 8-yarder, and Aston's in pretty good position.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, great shot. Great shot. He ends up on the north of the hoop, which means he can still run with red, and he's sent black out to non-running position. Great shot.
Now, do you feel the need to move yellow, or just put another ball in?
I put another ball in myself.
As would I. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Short. Free go.
Yep, free go. Harder than he normally.
It was quite, it was 20 degrees.
Yeah.
So I think he wanted to give it a bit of stick.
Yeah, yeah. But it seemed to be much in his normal stroke. I see it. It seemed to have a forward acceleration with it a bit more than normal.
Yeah, he certainly did hit it hard. I still like the tempo of his swing. It was good.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So nudging blue in front.
Yep.
And the standard play here would be probably just to clear black.
And
then yellow jumps.
Yep.
It's over 45 degrees from Dom's position, so it's not an easy jump.
I don't think he can clear the blue. Actually, I think he has to go for the jump. Really, it's a bit hard to tell from this angle, though.
So in that case, if we're saying that, why shouldn't red just take the jump straight away?
Yep.
Because black can only clear yellow to a side boundary,
Yeah, true.
Then yellow might be able to clear the blue.
He's going for position.
It's almost indicating that blue doesn't run, isn't it?
Yep, he's just protected the yellow. That's all he's done, isn't he?
One of Aston's weaknesses is his boundary jump isn't sort of there. He's quite good up to 4 yards.
Yep.
And maybe just didn't fancy that as a free shot.
Boundary jump is not an easy shot.
No.
Some people have it in their repertoire, but
Yep.
a lot of people don't. The only way I can do it is a golf swing, 'cause I just can't get the height with an Irish grip.
For the Irish players, it's,
yes.
there are very few Irish players who have that as an easy shot in their repertoire.
Yeah.
Stephen, who plays Irish, swaps to Solomon to play it.
Yep.
So to me, assuming blue does run, the best shot for black is to hit red on top of yellow.
Absolutely. Yep. That's what I think he's doing.
I took the double clearance instead, which has made the jump almost impossible.
Yep.
But might have made the clearance marginally easier.
Yeah, yeah. Not
So
easy clearance,
this
though.
is no, but look at the angle he's at. This is a really tough hoop as well for blue.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play in and let blue jaws.
Yeah.
And then if blue jaws is red, clears black, yellow can jump.
Yeah. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't give blue a clearance shot on the yellow.
Correct. So I think he'll be back slightly on the far side of the hoop again in jumping range.
Yeah. So that basically blue has no shot on the yellow. Will he call for a referee, or is he?
No, he's just going to nudge it in the jaws. He's not trying to run this.
No,
he's just trying to just nudge it.
Yep.
And I guess what he's hoping for is black hits yellow from 25 yards away and clears it.
Yeah. Anyway, he's asking the opponent whether he wanted to refereed.
Very good.
Aston's
Very good.
it doesn't need it. Happy with that. Don plays
It's interesting. I think if he's asked whether he wants it watched, maybe he's going to try and run it.
I think it might have just been. Ooh.
This is a positive attempt rather than a
Yep.
So very good there again. If he's going to just tap it in the jaws, that's not really a problem from there. Any positive attempt with force will need the referee out.
Yep.
Session 3 game. There's one session 3.
Is she not marking the
Still
ball?
on the wall. There's one session 4 game waiting to go on. That's JP and PM.
Okay. So we both think this is really difficult, don't we? The angle he's going back is way outside the corner flag, way outside, and
I could see this just spinning out the other side myself.
Well, I could see it coming back onto his mallet and double tap. Oh,
what a
brilliant shot!
Great shot!
Lovely hop.
Yep.
So just that little hop, and then when it landed, it had the top spin.
It had the top spin. Yep.
And I think, to be fair, the hoop moved a fair bit as well, didn't it?
It was a good shot, though.
So
very good shot.
Again, from Aston's point of view, it's not a major worry.
No.
He's 2-1 up with first play down to 4,
and he's got no
Blue.
Ball, and he's got no ball near, and probably
Blue's not clearing, is it?
No, it's not.
You know, I know he hasn't got a very big backswing, but it's bigger than that.
That was my damage from trying to play through a hoop yesterday.
Oh dear.
Oh, I don't like. Now this should be watched.
He's playing black, so he's just looking at what sorts of shot
he's got with blue. Yeah.
Blue might be able to play. Yeah. And I think the logic here is you shoot.
Oh, absolutely.
You might have hoop.
It might be a double, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this might be your best chance you get.
Yep. Yep. So this is really looking like a 3-1 to Aston at the end of this cycle.
Yeah, and again, this is about, does yellow take position or does it go halfway to 5? Blue isn't moving red. Blue isn't blocking red. It's just how confident you are on the hoop. And if you fancy it 90%, you probably go halfway. If you don't, you take position wide from black. I think I'm taking position wide from black. 2 feet closer with red. I'm probably going halfway.
Yeah. I think that's going to put another ball in. I mean, you know, you're not far from hoop 5 when you're down there, so that's the only sort of saving grace by putting another ball down there. But
that's a halfway ball. It's a genuine halfway ball in my opinion.
Yep.
And yes, as you say, if he goes for this sort of hammer shot, golf shot, whatever you want to call it, he will be getting a referee.
Because there's a chance of either beveling or or pushing the ball. It's
double taps, pushes, all sorts of stuff.
Anyway, he's choosing to go out to the side, which I think was a sensible decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to give away a hoop, and make sure you're going to get the next one.
Yeah.
Anyway, this should be now 3-1. Yep, nice run of the hoop. Yep, 3-1. And of course, yellow has a fairly about a 6-yard clearance here.
Don't think yellow's going to clear it.
No, but I say if he wanted to, he's got that 6-yard clearance. Red has about a 7-yard clearance.
Yeah, no. I think yellow's definitely taking position here.
And red's clearing here.
Between black and the hoop.
Yep.
And then red is clearing.
Yep. You put your second ball in, clear with the fourth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Standard sort of play, really, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing how hard he hit that shot. That's a really slow patch of the lawn there.
Well, you can see it's much greener down there.
Absolutely.
And if you come up to this end, you've got a very dry patch, and then I find these lawns much harder to play on than 4, 5, and 6. They're slower, and they've got more great green and fast patches on them.
Yeah. So these are the key shots in golf croquet.
Absolutely,
These 7-yard clearances,
Clearance.
just nail them.
Yep,
Excellent shot.
Excellent shot, and cleared right to the boundary, which is great. That's where you want it.
Didn't I? Ian wants to eat with us. Cook the Chinese for 8.
Yeah. So Don is going for the clearance on yellow.
You want
The only choice he has really here, because if he doesn't, then yellow will run hoop 5. He's got the train to contend with. He's waiting until the train has passed before he takes it. But
I always used to, as soon as I heard the train in the background, I just stop because I like hearing my mullet hit the ball.
yeah. No,
Missed
nowhere near
by
the ball.
quite a long way on the left, that. I've seen him have some really good shooting patches this tournament. This has sort of been one of the weaker matches I've seen Don play. He's failed a couple of positional shots, and Aston's kept him under the hammer, though, hasn't he, to be fair?
Absolutely hasn't given any, other than at that little pace where he was playing at hoop 8 and 9.
Yep.
The only real
Yep.
time that Aston really, didn't really, play at his best.
Yeah.
But the rest of the time he's been really solid.
Again, I'd have liked to have seen it a little bit less hard, but it's not bad. I just think,
4-1 up.
when you're playing the, Bamfords and Fulfords, they're going to take 2-yard wide position here.
Dom's not really putting him under pressure, is he? And
No,
makes a hell of a difference when
Yeah.
you're playing.
that blue's open to yellow.
Yeah.
But these shots have been good from Aston, haven't they?
Yeah,
He's
very
been in hoop running position all the time.
He's got a very, for a 19-year-old, he has an amazing touch. He really does.
Yeah. This is excellent again. Dead straight in front, 2-yard hoop.
No, I had not seen Jack Good or Aston play before, and I must say I've been very impressed with both of them. Interesting to see where they both come to the New Zealand under-21s in February next year.
Well, I think Aston's coming.
I hope Jack Good
Lovely
comes too.
shot,
It'd be great if he
right
came
in
as
the
well.
middle.
Yep, great clearance.
And he's got one,
He got
but
one, but
not
it's not-
quite enough.
This gives Aston Heaton a chance to do a stop shot clearance on black and remain in front of the hoop.
Very good again.
Yep.
Black will play back in between red and the hoop.
Four matches. Yeah. Qualified. Yeah, that's what I felt. Yeah. 4 was what you needed. Yeah, you're through.
Good shot here from Dom. Nicely in front. Yellow will just take position. Just make sure you don't get between red and black. Well, he's given himself half a ball, I think, at black, but it's not great, that.
No.
And I think that will change Dom's decision making, and he'll just try and put another ball between red and yellow, effectively, and red and black.
Would give Aston probably a jump shot, I should think. That's maybe his only choice.
I think we should say that black hasn't got an easy hoop.
No, because it's probably a little hampered. On
Absolutely,
the yellow.
yeah. So putting another ball into position here, in case red does something useless, allows black to clear yellow.
Absolutely. Just don't move any balls.
Not a bad effort.
No.
Probably about 2 balls short of blocking red.
We'll see what sort of shot black has got. Hampered on yellow, but even so, even that doesn't really, because black can then clear the yellow to the south boundary.
I genuinely think red's got a quarter of a ball that he can just rush to corner 2 here.
Possibly, yeah. Hard to tell me, I mean.
But you do look a bit of an idiot when you clear yellow.
I think he has got the half ball, as you say.
Yeah,
and
very
a great
good,
shot.
very
Great
good.
Clearance, yeah. Just about 2 yards out of the corner 2. He's got it.
Right in the middle as well.
Beautiful shot.
Very good.
Absolutely. Great shot. And black has stayed in the vicinity, which also helps.
Yep. And that's the shot of a player who's 4-1 up. He's saying, okay, run it with blue, but my yellow's going to be close to 7. I'm happy with a 4-2 lead.
Yeah.
And now he's going to get some benefit from this yellow ball.
Absolutely.
Red can just take position.
Yep.
And black's going to be forced to clear it. Very useful hitting that in the middle.
Yep.
But I think it's just going to be followed by yellow clearing black in the middle, isn't it?
Well, he could even get a half ball and stay and clear black out to the side.
I'm going to stop this in the middle.
Yeah.
I want yellow 3-4 yards away from the hoop.
You want to stay near the hoop, absolutely.
And if you do that, the logic is that either blue has to be wired from yellow, or it has to clear yellow itself.
Yeah.
So, I think just stop this to the boundary.
Yep.
And then blue has to go wired from yellow behind
But it
the
just
hoop.
shows how intelligent the Aston's decision to actually just bring yellow in the first place has certainly paid off.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing to note about this is that whilst the correct play for blue is to be wired from yellow, red does have a rush on yellow in front of the hoop.
Absolutely.
So black might end up having to clear yellow from where it is. And so Dom's looking at the right spot. This is tactically correct.
Yep.
But it's still no guarantee
That red won't promote the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure the wiring here is going to be the optimum choice.
The other option is for blue to play directly in front of the hoop,
Yep.
2 foot in front of the hoop.
Yep.
Red takes position,
Yep.
black takes position, yellow clears the blue, and blue accepts it's going to have a 14-15 yarder back again.
I think Aston's going to promote the yellow in front.
Yeah, again, I think this is what we'd call a free go. So, nothing particularly bad should happen
Not
from
at all,
this.
no. And also, it will also allow, if it doesn't come off, you'll be able to clear the blue anyway.
Oh, wrong side of it.
And way too hard.
No, it's okay. It's just too hard. So is red in position there then? If it is, it's a pretty good shot.
Shot, yeah. I mean, and certainly makeable, I think, but not an easy shot.
Yellow can do anything it wants to with blue here.
Exactly.
It can snuggle up to it. It can clear it to a wide position,
It can
staying
It can get positioned at hoop 7.
7. Yeah. No, it sort of worked quite well, providing red has got a runnable hoop.
Yeah.
¿Qué pasa, patrón?
Looks like going to go deep with black.
Estoy muy disgustado, muy disgustado. Estoy con un bajón de cojones.
So, other questions are, can blue see red?
He perdido contra un 1900. Un checo que
If
me
not,
ganó
yellow could
7-2,
potentially take wide position.
y me ganó en
That's what he's
7-2.
looking at.
Yep.
Bueno, y luego perdí con el bajo del mundo, que es una bestia parda, y perdí 7-5. Pero bueno, con el 12 del mundo, una bestia, y lo entiendo.
Nothing wrong with this if blue and red are wide.
Yeah.
Just get a short, slightly angled hoop.
7-4, no, 7-5, y luego ya dijo, venga, coño, le gané
Looks like that's what
7-1,
he's achieved.
y no sé qué pasó en el tercero, que poco a poco, ¿sabes? Vas avanzando la partida, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, y cuando te das cuenta, estás en los últimos 2 aros. Y me ganó el desempate.
It's open.
Así que estoy con un bajón de cojones. Me toca hacer ya...
Tried the double clearance.
Mañana tengo 2, tengo que ganar los 2.
So red's got this hoop that we were talking about a little while ago.
Yeah.
It's not easy though, and Dom might get some benefit in the end from having this black in a runnable position. Legitimate choice to clear black. I'm going to go gently, sort of mid-pace hoop go at the far
And
wire.
hope it just stays there if it doesn't go
Exactly,
through.
yeah.
You don't want
Concede.
to go this hard. You want to roll it into the hoop in a way.
Yeah.
And it might go through, but if it just sits there in the hoop, you're still in a very strong
Ganó 3
position.
y he perdido 1. Yo al revés. He ganado 1 y he perdido 3.
It's exactly what he did.
Pero
Yeah,
bueno,
and
it's
it's
a good
pretty
shot,
good
good shot. And now I'm hoping we're going to see one of these shots I've been telling everyone about how good he is.
Which he hasn't achieved
He
one yet, has he?
hasn't, no. But I've seen about 4 or 5 of these from this range. So cross fingers, Dom's going to pull one out.
todo para el centro. Y bueno, dentro de cada vez me quitaba a las 2 mejores del grupo, pero me cargan al checo de Estefan hoy. Me fui de cabeza. Ya, por eso.
There we go. Interesting, because I've seen him do those on the full.
No, that was a bounce.
That was a bounce, exactly.
Creo que
And
luego-
But perhaps the lawn, in a way, because these lawns are a bit slower, that was,
y aún jugando
potentially at
de
Compton he was
ventana y
potentially
jugando
getting more
mal,
lift.
Yeah.
pero luego ves
That
was a great
el
shot,
nivel que hay aquí.
So red can't do very much, but unfortunately for Dom, it's the yellow ball that plays next, and
he's
it's
done it
played
pretty
into
well.
good position. It's slightly angled, but it's on the
Y ultra.
short boundary side.
Ganan todo de largo.
Nothing wrong with
7-3,
blue
7-2,
shooting at this.
7-0, 7-5, alguna ha habido 7-6, pero ganan, acaban ganando todo. O sea, no palman, no palman.
So the score is now 4-2 to Aston, playing for hoop 7.
Nope. Lots of sand still flying up behind these balls, particularly on this lawn, I've noticed. So
They
Aston
seem
just,
to have calmed down a bit on these lawns.
yeah, this one's particularly sandy. Aston's looking at playing through hoop 6.
To block the black, I should think.
And I'm just thinking, can't he just play 2-3 yards to the side? Is he actually in the front of the drawers?
He's playing through.
Es el partido más perfecto que he visto yo, lo vi ayer.
Yeah, that's clean.
Yep.
Increíble.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Todo. No hubo una sola bola que tocara que 100% perfecto. Sí, sí, está claro.
We need to go for dinner. So yeah, I can take over in 5 minutes.
You have to go.
Booking's 8:15. Okay. Okay, thanks.
That's wrong. Just black and white wrong.
I do agree.
You can't leave this level of hoop to someone of Aston's ability.
Especially when you're
4-2
down.
Well, arguably, being 4-2 down is a reason for doing it.
But you are playing your opponent, and you tend to, after a game,
He's got his benefit.
but
The question now is he blue going to clear red? Black's nicely in front. You don't really want to go at your 7-yard hoop when you're 4-3 down.
anyway, he's decided to take on the hoop. Nowhere near the hoop, just hit the outside wire.
Still some pressure on Aston. Needs to hit this clearance. So Dom regarding it as a free go. Obviously running it down to 8 would have been great. That's an error. So he now gets his reward for allowing Aston that comparatively easy hoop. And is he going to run it hard, or is he going to jaws it? I think he's going to run it hard. And a good effort there.
Good effort,
I thought getting south of the peg was about the best he could do.
Gone way south.
And he's, So 4-3 now to Aston.
Yep. Sometimes wrong tactics pay off. It's a good pace.
I think that's short.
It is, yeah, but the trouble is going out of quite, brown surface into a real green patch.
Yeah.
And it's very hard sometimes to judge that.
With black there, I would rather be 2 feet past the hoop than 3.5 yards short. And normally it's completely the opposite, isn't it, Nelson?
Yeah.
You'd rather be 3.5 yards short than 2 feet past.
Yeah.
With black there, I'd be the opposite.
Second ball has been good, but black's got a very easy clearance here on
And
yellow.
it's got the chance to get either the hoop or red in the way of yellow's clearance if it hits a good shot here. Oh dear. Oh, he's got the hoop. That's lucky. This is lucky, I think.
So it might be wired from blue.
Might be.
A little shake of the head. I think it must be wired from Aspen's sort of demeanour at the moment.
Just play halfway.
Yep, could do.
Play halfway, I think. You know, if blue fails the hoop, red's going to have a go. So I would have played a genuine halfway ball.
Yeah, because you either lose it or you get it.
Yeah, Dom's not going to stop shot right away, is he?
No.
So, you know.
Yep.
So 4-all.
4-all.
That's a good comeback from 4-1 down now.
Absolutely.
We'll just start to put a little bit of pressure on. Again, it's this hoop 9 thing, isn't it?
It is.
Can he play a nice positional shot again?
Important hoop. Get perfect position at 9.
It's short.
Short, very short. But also the sun's gone off the, and I think the lawns have slightly slowed down.
We're definitely at that stage of the day where you need to think about hitting it harder, don't you? So Dom playing deep, standard play, probably a couple of feet short of where he wanted to be, but pretty good. And Aston's trying to promote red in front. Not sure this is right. It's quite a long way short, isn't it? So needs to hit yellow fairly firmly. And now, having done that, he's not in position.
No, I don't think that was a good choice.
I think if red needed moving 18 inches, so you could guarantee yellow was in front if you missed it, it was fine. But having to move red that distance, I'm not sure is the right choice.
No.
Nice shot there. Blue's in front.
Yep. And he can only clear it to the near boundary.
Turn it on. I've just been told by Alison that our camera's stopped working, and we've tried changing batteries and we don't really know why the camera's not working. So what Nelson and myself will do is we'll continue with...
Well, I'm actually going to hand over to Jenny because I've got a dinner engagement, and so I'll have the husband and wife combination. I'll hand over to my fellow Kiwi competitor, and I think Jenny will do a great job.
Okay, thanks Nelson.
Thank you, Chris.
We'll continue with some audio commentary to the end of this game, because obviously it's 4-all, it's getting quite interesting. Obviously you can't see it, so we're going to have to describe it a bit better. So Aston's just played yellow to about 4 foot straight in front of hoop 9, and Dom's blue is on the east boundary, and I think he might just be playing in gently here. No, he's going to play a mid-pace clearance on yellow, which he's hit.
About red clearing black up from north boundary.
Yeah, he's hit well, but he's hit on the wrong side, hasn't he, Jen?
Yeah.
So yellow's now south of blue, and they're both about 3 yards west of hoop 9. So Aston can just play another ball into position, and Dominic will be forced to hit another 5-yarder with black. So yeah, red into position, and Dominic's now taking his 5-yard clearance with black, which is another one you'd hit mid-pace again, isn't it?
Yeah, and if he gets it on the right side, he'll have a longish go at the hoop. He's hit it in the middle.
Hit it in the middle. Problem with that is it's just given yellow a stop shot clearance on the black to potentially gain hoop position. So this is yellow clearing the ball that's just played before it. one of our golden rules of the game, and it's a brilliant shot. He's moved black all the way up near hoop 11, and yellow's finished 2 yards in front.
Blue's got about a 4-yard clearance, which he can have a go at if he's still there.
Yeah, it's blue to play, isn't it?
There's blue to play.
Yeah, Aston's just reminded Dom that it's blue to play. As Jenny says, blue's got a 4-yarder. The problem being that blue needs to get off the lawn here, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Egyptians are very good at that. Just hitting it with power to make sure they come off the lawn.
That's no good at all. I've told him time and time again. Anyway, right, so that should have been a hard clearance because it was going to a short boundary. He hit it mid-pace. Yellow's gone off the lawn. Red can now take position at 9. Black's a million miles away, so it can only play back to 9. And after that, yellow can smash blue away because Dom's played a mid-pace clearance instead of a firm one.
It's got about a 5-yarder, but at this level they should be hitting a lot of that.
So he's shot at red from distance and he's missed on the left. Down in front of the hoop on the south boundary. And Aston's now going to be licking his lips at this 4.5, 5-yarder, pointing to the middle of the west boundary. 4 all, big shot coming up.
It just shows the importance of getting off that short boundary.
He's not playing it. Wow, this is defensive. He's just put another ball in.
Not what I'd expect at this sort of level.
No, really surprised he didn't take that. Blue's now got a 3-yard clearance on the red. And then black's got a choice of clearing a 5-yarder at yellow or running the hoop from the south boundary.
Yeah, no, it's a long shot at the hoop, but he's actually generated himself a shot at the hoop with Aston not clearing him.
There's certainly a bit of a feeling that Dominic's getting stronger.
Yeah. Maybe Aston's just getting a little bit tighter and a bit more uncomfortable as well, with Dominic having caught up so well.
Ah.
Good shot.
So, Dom's now played a fantastic 3-yard clearance on yellow, smashing it into red, moving them both away, keeping blue very close to hoop 9, probably about 4 yards away at 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So he's clearly in a good position. And do you regard this as a free go, Jem?
I think the hoop's open. I fancy he's only still got the 5-yard clearance, 4 or 5-yard clearance on blue up the lawn. So I'm not sure how free it is really, but if all he's going to do is take position.
I fancy having a go at this.
5-4 is such a strong position. If you've got a shot at the hoop, I fancy taking it.
You've been 4-1 down. It's now 4 all. You've been in a dreadful position at hoop 9, and now you've got a straight 7-yard hoop. Run it.
You're going to get a lot of psychology points here against your opponent running this. And if you run it cleanly, it's massive.
Stop for the train, he should do, but he's carrying on. Crouching over the ball. What's our golden rule?
Not many marks, didn't hit the hoop from 7 yards.
If you're going to go for the hoop from 7 yards, hit the middle of the wire or better. You can't finish on the north boundary. So really disappointing go. Good choice, but poor physical execution. Aston's now got a 4-5 yarder on blue.
This was the first time I've actually seen them move the target ball. They've moved the ball in because there's an obstruction at the boundary where your feet are. And very rarely do I actually see the target ball being moved, even when it's within 6 yards.
We had it quite early in the match in game 1, and they moved both balls. Again, on the line of which they're being hit. Nelson quite rightly pointed out that were Aston to miss this short shot, blue would be replaced. So yellow, power clearance, 4.5 yarder on blue. Ideally hitting it 3/4 ball on the right.
Gets to catch black offside as well. This all works out.
And he's missed it. So technically blue goes back, Jenny.
Blue's got to go back. Yep. And
Aston knows the rules. Very good.
Means black gets the chance to come back from offside as well.
Do you think this is in front?
It's in front.
Red is definitely in front of the hoop.
He's looking at it as though he might be having a go.
I think I want to clear red here.
I think getting black caught offside, red can run that up towards hoop 10. I don't fancy letting him have this.
You can just hit this half ball on the right and take the short boundary for yourself and give yourself time to get black back down the lawn from the north boundary. And yeah, this hoop's tough, isn't it? This is a 4-yard, 30-degree hoop.
There's just a lot to be said for being patient and developing the hoop.
Oh, he's run it.
Beautiful shot.
Smooth shot, running it with very little wire really and going through by 2.5 yards, so he's not hampered getting up to 9. So it's 4-1 to Aston. Now it's 5-4 to Dominic.
Yeah, really good comeback, and good to see him not really thrash at the hoop as well. Just very smooth hoop stroke.
So black's offside, so it's going to be
That's Trevor.
forced back.
No, that's a very good shot. About a foot in front of hoop 10. It's red.
Is it angled?
Not problematically so.
Dom's going to have a look at it. I think it's... No, he's looking at yellow, I think. I don't know. Maybe looking whether blue's got a double.
Yeah.
I think almost wherever red is, we're going to play black in here, aren't we?
Play black in and have a shot at some sort of target with blue.
I think he's shooting.
Sort of a shooting
Yeah,
pass,
he's
isn't it?
shooting.
Don't like that as an option. I mean,
No. Why don't you like it as an option, Jane? Because I agree.
well, if you clear something with blue, you've got a ball in there to make a point off. It's
Yeah.
a very long shot. Blue's got a lovely target by the look of it. I think it's got red in the hoop, maybe with a bit of a gap. But you're just letting Aston keep coming back up into the hoop.
Well, my reason, and I agree with everything you said, but my reason is you're 5-4 up. You don't want black in corner 3 for hoop 11.
Yeah, good point.
So that's a bit too far for blocking blue's shot.
So black is your position taking ball, but it'd be nice to be taking position from 8 yards closer.
So Dominic now taking a shot from 3 yards north of hoop 9 at red that's literally about a foot in front of hoop 10. And he may have a nice double of hoop and ball.
Just want a really clean contact on this shot. He's watching it.
He's got the hoop.
Got the
6-4 from 4-1 down.
barely touched the sides. It was a fantastic shot.
Well, I'm not sure it did. Didn't hear any wire. I think it went cleanly through.
Thought I heard a wee snick, but it was a very, very clean shot.
So, easy 7-3 win in the first to Aston. 4-1 up in the second. And now he's looking at game 3 not far away.
Yeah, he's I think he's really struggled with the pressure there. We've seen him miss that shortish clearance.
Well, equally, we saw him turn down that 4.5 yard clearance.
The earlier one, yeah.
Yeah, which, 6-4 to Dom.
Yeah, just when you start seeing a change in tactics, you suspect something's going on and there's a bit of doubt creeping in.
No. Another one of our golden rules. Let's be fair, he's played it really well.
He's got 2 balls in front of hoop 10, which has just been run, and he's just used red to try and rush yellow in front of hoop 11.
So one of our golden rules is if you're first to play to a hoop, don't rush to it. Just take position. Aston's played the rush, and he's rushed yellow very well to 1 yard, 20-degree position.
Yep. Interesting that Dom hasn't tried to clear him.
Dom hasn't tried to clear him, and I think this is easily jawsable.
I think this is a strength that association croquet players have playing those rushes.
So it's actually more like 40-degree than 20-degree, but it's easy to jaws, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a big mistake not having a go at that.
And
Ooh, it rocked back.
Aston's attempt to jaws didn't reach the hoop, got about an inch away from it, and then rolled back 2 inches.
Yeah.
So it's now 3 inches, potentially quite angled.
Where Dom stood, it looks completely unrunnable. And possibly unjawsable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dom's just going to play in with blue here.
Play into jumping position in case he jawses it. Is he promoting black here, do you think?
I think he's trying to. He's missed it. Don't like that. We both like getting balls in front of hoops, don't we?
Play a ball and make them do the hard work. So he's tried to promote black in front, he's missed it, and blue has rolled a couple of yards past the hoop.
And this allows Aston just to play the red ball in. Doesn't need to worry about the blue too much. And Dom's probably going to jump this, I think.
Well, that previous jump shot we saw was really well played, so...
Well, I've been telling everyone how good he was, and it's the first one he's managed to get all game. So Dom's now looking to play close to the hoop, so yellow can't hit it because it's got a hampered backswing. And he knows that blue can clear red that's 1 yard straight in front of the hoop after yellow plays.
Yeah, I think that's probably the second prize he got with blue, is that it rolled onto a position wide from yellow, so it can't be cleared.
He could easily take the jump on here, couldn't he?
He's thinking about it now.
We both think the tactical correct thing to do is take 2 foot straight position so yellow can't hit it. So maybe fractionally angled.
Well, yeah, you've got this huge advantage with yellow being stuck by the wire. Use it rather than playing a really difficult, 3.5 yards?
Taking the clip off. It's jumping time.
Mind you, if you score the point.
This is to equalise game all. Second prize. So, it was a really poor jump, wasn't it? It never got any height.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. He actually needed to get it through on the fly, given that yellow was in the way.
Yeah, so he's cleared yellow to about 4 yards south-east of the hoop. And black's finished south of the hoop as well.
So yellow's not fancying clearing this blue.
It's surprising again. This is another, meat and drink clearance, and Aston's again trying to play him for a block, which he's missed. But he's got a wire from black, which is really useful. So Dominic's forced to play his 4 yard clearance on red, but red can play in knowing that black can't clear yellow. So he's still got an advantage at this hoop as Aston.
Yeah, you really want to hit this in the middle at pretty mid pace.
Oh, so flicks the edge of red, moving it out of hoop running position, but he's lost control of the blue ball, which is now on the north boundary in front of hoop 13.
Back in front.
Aston should be back in front, about 6 inches in front of the hoop wide from black here, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Can't allow black the opportunity to clear red. Got to move it about 3 feet to that wide spot.
Yeah, and there's a very runnable wide spot he can take.
I was thinking more importantly, if he gets the wide spot and black can't move either red or yellow, yellow can cut red in front of to directly in front of the hoop.
I think that's the play. I actually fancy cutting it a little bit further over to the side to stop blue having this sort of Hail Mary have a go at the hoop.
Right. Now, has
Beautiful.
Dom got a quarter of a ball? I think the answer is no.
So yeah, you can see nothing wired through the hoop to red and yellow.
So Dom plays to 3 yard straight position. I think Aston will just half ball this red to directly in front of the hoop, trying to block blue's double.
Yeah.
So just give himself a slightly angled hoop.
You never want to give someone the hope of having a double. Looks like a good shot. I think he's blocked everything.
So both red and yellow are runnable, but red is 9 inches in front of the hoop. I still think this is a target.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you can squeeze past the red. I think it's a lovely target.
So what is it, about a 12 yarder?
Yeah.
Not hit hard.
He's got red.
Hit red, I was only moved it about 5 yards. So red's only got about a 6 yarder on black, and yellow's in running position. You can't let black have a go at the hoop here, can you?
No. After all the work he's done and the dominance he's had at this hoop, you can't just let black take a 3 yarder on.
Good shot, hit in the middle.
I mean, that's what you play for sometimes when you're behind in these hoops, is just give me a shot at the hoop of any distance and I'll take it.
Yeah. And are you clearing yellow, or are you running the hoop?
To be honest, probably clearing yellow here. What is it? It's about an 11 yarder. It's quite angled, and actually if you clear yellow, you're still in the middle, you're still fully in this hoop. What do you fancy doing?
I'm going to take position.
Ah.
Blue is onside.
Yep.
3 yards away from hoop 12. And I'm 6-4 up. I want to take position that I can jump yellow when it jawses. Because yellow doesn't want to run hoop 11 with blue so close to hoop 12 when he's 6-4 down.
Yeah, I really don't want to run this hoop.
I think we'll see yellow clear black here. Force blue back up the lawn.
Yeah, I mean, if you clear black centrally, you're going to have a longer hoop, but you should actually have a go at a hoop.
The other alternative is to jaws and hope red clears black.
Or hope black fails the jump, but from that range, it's not great.
You don't want to run this. Running it by an inch is awful. Run it by an inch. That is a shocker. I don't think he played it actually badly. It wasn't a bad pace to hit it at, was it?
I've seen a few people try to jaws these hoops, and they just trickle on through normally.
So blue can now take position at 12 from 3 yards away. Yellow is a couple of inches through 11, and red is not far out of corner 3. It's a nightmare.
Huge advantage here. But I don't think he was trying to run it. He's given himself a long hoop.
Do you think he's deliberately overhit that so red is blocked from the hoop? Because I'd have just been playing to make sure red didn't have a target.
I don't know. I think he could have been a little bit nervy and just trying to make sure he was north of that hoop.
He's definitely north of the hoop. He's got a 4 foot 10 degree hoop probably.
Not bad, because yellow will not be able to shoot at it from just through hoop 11.
Well, Aston's looked at that, and I think he thinks he can hit it.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you didn't think he would hit it, why would you play red in like he's just done, potentially blocking yellow at blue?
To be honest, I thought red might have a bit of a target at blue and something as well.
I thought that as well, yeah. What it's done now is it's given blue a northwards clearance, so if black gets better position than blue, blue might just clear red.
Yeah, I think I'd be clearing red here because blue's not really that in front. I don't really know, but it looks like it's somewhat off to the side. That yellow is nowhere. Oh,
It's actually not bad, potentially. Has it hampered this shot?
I thought it was going to roll too far.
No. So this is a blue to win the game from 20 degrees, 3 feet. Good shot.
Chris has come back.
Very good. So Dominic equalises 7-5 in the second, having lost the first 7-3. And that's the end of our commentary session for the day. Keep up to date with stuff on croquet scores.
Hi everyone, that's the end of our streaming for the day. Thank you very much for being patient. Hopefully cameras and everything will be fixed tomorrow. See you soon.